Good morning. Well, good afternoon. I need to go back to my share screen to see. I'm just trying to get everything. Okay, so I guess morning. Well, good afternoon. So, okay. I'm hoping that you guys are having a wonderful day. This is our bi-weekly lunch and learn. So our topic today is on networking. So we're going to be talking about networking. We should be having some people joining us in a moment, but we're going to get started either way on there. So we're going to be talking about networking. So my topic, I don't have a PowerPoint presentation. I'm just going to be talking and sharing with you guys a few tips on networking as a business owner, as an entrepreneur. So basically how to network effectively, tips and tricks to build relationships and create meaningful connection that will help you expand your network and grow your business. One thing I got a coach saying that your network determines your net worth. So here I'm going to be sharing a few tips. See, did it print out? A few tips on how to network effectively. So if you are watching, share this post with someone, and those who want to join us and ask questions, you can ask questions in the chat, or if you are on our community, you can hop on, and after our training session, we will have a Q&A. After training, if there's no questions, we will end the live early, so those are able, and so you guys can go back and have a wonderful day. So let's get into our conversation of how to build those relationships. So the first tip I'm going to give you, so I'm probably give several, but I'm going to share a couple of those several one. So building a relationship is important, but the first thing is when you're going to a networking event, you have to set clear goals for that networking event of what you're wanting to determine, what you hope to achieve. Your intention, your mindset really determine the direction you go in. And when you're attending the event, and whether you're there to find new clients, to build relationships with potential people to collaborate with, or to learn about what's going on in the industry. So once you have that mindset, when you're going in, you will know whether, if you're trying to find new clients, then you need to be prepared to say what your business is about, what do you do, your why, your deeper why in that. Now, if you're there to build possible relation, the same thing. Either way, when you're going to these networking events, you need to know why you're in business. You need to know what you do. You need to be able to introduce yourself in 30 seconds. And then that 30 seconds should be that hook to spark another conversation. You need to be ready with your business card in hand to exchange business cards. So I have mine. I like the physical ones because with the physical ones, it gives me something to touch and to know that, okay, if I reach out to them or not, and if I need to go through it. For me, sometimes people have those digital business cards, which are fine. It's very convenient for me, the way I work. When I get those digital business card, it gets lost in my contacts of stuff. So when I do have people who do have digital business cards, once I tap it, I take a screenshot of it so I can have it saved on my camera. So when I go back, I will have something tangible to look at, to go back into, and get the information, because afterwards I use that business card for something else I'm going to share afterwards. So you set the goal for your business, and then your next step will be, after you set the goal, you research the event. So if that event is not one where you'll be able to connect, or it might be like a webinar style, it might be a little bit hard. So you can know what's going on, who usually come. So before you go to the event, you research it, research how many people will be on there. So you know how much cards to bring, determine who you want to get connected with. So if you know, sometimes they give you a list of speakers or vendors that will be there. If you know which vendor you have, so you can know, okay, I want to connect with these people. I want to be able to talk to this person, so I can be able to go to the next step. That's for me, the same thing is what I do. I try to do the same thing where I research the event and focus on who I want to talk to, who I want to connect with, how it will be beneficial for my business. The next thing I would do is, I already talked about this already, but prepare your introduction. Who you are. So I'm Marline Paul. I didn't even come in there, so I didn't do that for a reason. But I'm Marline Paul. I'm a business coach and consultant, and I help military spouses learn that entrepreneurship can be a portable option, curving the underemployment and underemployment gap. I seek to educate them through training, professional development, and coaching. So, you have to be able to work. I'm still working on mine, but the first part of my speech is, I always say that. So my name is Marline Paul. I'm a coach, a military spouse coach. I'm focused. That's my passion right now, military spouse, because I am a military spouse. I travel a lot. And because of that, I want to show military spouses that entrepreneurship is a portable option. They don't have to be underemployed. They don't have to be unemployed, that there are ways to start a business as you move, because we move a lot. So when I say that conversation, they want to know more, and I'm able to slow down and have that conversation, because now they're asking more about me. So you need to be able to have a brief way to introduce yourself that tells about your experience, tells about your skills and what you offer, who's your target audience, who's a pinpoint, and that way you work on. And I've been working on that for several years now by working with a business coach. So I invested in training and development to get me to the where I am, right? So now the next thing, you want to dress professionally. You want to make an impression. You want to stand out, right? Some people are coming onto the meeting, so I'm going to pause for a moment. So so you want to make an impression. You want to stand out, and I'm going to say hi to those who are joining on. Hi, let me pin myself to the chat. Hi.
Hello.
We're live on YouTube. So I already started the training because I want to make sure I save it for people, but I want you to make sure that you know that we're on. How are you doing?
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm doing well. So I'm driving. That's I'm not physically on, but yes, I'm here. So go ahead with the training. Don't let me interrupt.
No problem. It's just no problem. I'm just talking about networking, and we went through the first part, and we're getting through the next part. So, okay, now if you have any questions, you let me know, and we'll go around introducing yourself. All right. Okay, so the next part I want to talk about is making sure that you dress the part. So if you're going to a networking event, you want to make sure that you are dressing, you after you prepare your introduction. I like to wear my brand, so they can know what's this, or what's that. Or if I don't have that opportunity to wear my brand, or if it's like a formal event, I like to wear something that makes me stand out, that makes me memorable, not unprofessional. You want to make a good first impression when you go to that event, right? You don't want to be in a way that that's a bad impression, because they want to work with you later on or refer you to someone else. Now, the next thing when you're networking that I want to touch on is to be yourself. Be authentic. Share your stories. Don't try to copy somebody else. Be genuine, interact as yourself. Sometimes if you're introverts, you have to dig in to get all those extrovert qualities. You don't have to be extra if you're not extra. Just be yourself. Talk to other people, have that conversation, because you're in the business of solving problems. And in order to solve problems, you need to build relationship with those who are either in your target market or know someone in your target market, right? Now, when you are in that setting, another tip as you be yourself, I can talk a lot sometimes, but you need to remember to listen more than you speak. I'm going to say it again. You need to listen more than you speak, because your goal is to see if they understand what you are doing, and also why I like to listen more is I want to hear their pain points. What is their problem? What is their needs? What is their goal? And while you're listening to that, when you're responding, then you're able to target your conversation, or say, okay, they might not need your services, but they might be a good collaboration that you can do together. Say, you know what, come on, I want to share this because you're an expert in this field. Come on my, let's do a collaboration together so we can reach the target audience. This year, my goal is collaboration over competition. So when we are collaborating, you're able to win. When one person is winning, everybody's winning in a way. You're trying to have a win-win mentality. So I've intentionally seek out collaboration where I am winning, they're winning, we're winning, because the people that I can reach, they cannot reach, and the people that they can reach, I cannot reach either. So we're trying to have more of let's support and push each other up than instead of a crab barrel mentality trying to pull someone down, right? So when you're speaking to people at networking events, you want to be able to listen to what their needs are, understand what their needs are and their goals, so you'll be able to be helpful. And that goes to my next things. You want to be helpful. Offer resources to other people. Be willing to give, or be willing to be more of a help, and they'll be able to help you more. So I like to give more time, like 3 times. I think someone give me a real give 3 times before you ask. So I like to give whatever you give, your ideas, you give resources, and then you will see they'll be able to help you. Might be able to put you in connection with people that need your services. And this is how I got clients, is because, and got other clients, is because hey, I had talked this conversation with, can you say your reception is? Okay, that's no problem. So she's gonna log off. Okay, so let me change this for a minute. So if you are in a place where you want to be more helpful, you want to provide more resources than you are taking, and then this is how I got clients who are able to want to do business with me because they like the way I do business. So whether it's offer a free checklist, point them in the right directions of, oh, hey, I have this idea, here's a grant that you might want to apply for. When you give, like, oh, I remember this person give me this, and they'll be able and more willing to help you in return. Now, this is my favorite part of after I leave the networking event. This is one of my favorite things to do. And sometimes people do not do that, is following up. Let's say it again. It's following up, because a lot of people do not follow up when they are after their the networking event. So I have business cards, and those who I want to get in contact with, I put their names, I put like little notes behind them, because I make sure I try to remember their conversation when I'm done talking to them, and put a little note of what the conversation is about. And I have an email prepared that has some blank spots in there where I say, thank you for meeting. Thank them for remind them of our meeting at where we meet. So, hey, I was so nice meeting you at so-and-so event. I really, I love hearing about this and this, whatever you remember about them. I would love to continue talking about your story and your journey, and connect. When will be a good time for you? You can say that, or in the next 30 days. When would be a good time for you in the next 30 days? I usually get in 2 weeks. What's in the next 2 weeks? When can we connect? And what I also do is, here is my calendar of connections. Let's connect. Pick a time that's good for you. So they got to your calendar. So when you have that, now you have a time where they're back on with you and you're able to truly have a conversation with them and learn what they have to offer and what you have to offer, and figure out ways where they can work with you. They might be a potential client. They might be a potential collaborator. They might be a little bit of both. They might be able to point you in the right direction of someone else who is the next thing for you. And that's how doors are open, because you build relationships. If for collaboration in business world, is all about relationships. So you want to build those relationships, right? So once you finish follow up, you keep track of that. So I use simple Google spreadsheets to put that on there to say, okay, who I met with, what we talked about, how we follow up, and that is shared with my team. So if we have to follow up, say, hey, you need to follow up with this person and this person and that person, and we make that conversation happen, right? So, and then that will help you to keep track and save you time later on. So when you meet them again, you're going to another, and so what networking event you're going to? That's another follow-up. So you're building that relationship, you're building that trust level, because you want to work with people. People want to work with people that they trust and they like, right? So I'm getting through. I have like 14 things I'm going to be sharing. So I think right now I am at number 10. Number 10, you want to show appreciation. Send a thank you email, a thank you note, connect with them on LinkedIn. So my LinkedIn is on my thing, connected with them on LinkedIn. I like replying on LinkedIn with people who I'm connected with. Say, I always like to have people connect with me on LinkedIn first. You do like connection, because now I can remember them, because now I have their LinkedIn that's connected to all their other businesses. And that's how I can do business with. Some people want to share on social media, Instagram and Facebook. For me, the reason why I don't like people connecting with me in Instagram and Facebook is 2 reasons. First reason is sometimes I don't even check that. And when I go on those platforms, it brings me into a rabbit hole of me not leaving the platform. It's, hey, have a way to suck you in. So I don't want to get sucked in to a platform, and that's not how I do business. So for me, those who I network professionally with, I meet with them on LinkedIn. No, I'm not being sponsored by LinkedIn. I meet with them on LinkedIn, connect with them on LinkedIn, build my connection, because also, if you're intent to do government contracting in the future, sometimes contractors are looking for you on those platforms. I'm surprised when I have people who are, in the procurement area or in the government industry follow me or connect with me. It feels really good, because, hey, I didn't think that they would be interested in following what I have to say. But in retrospect, that's a good way to build your connection. I'm trying to bring my connection numbers up. How much my connection is on LinkedIn, but just to connect with other people. It's not about the numbers, it's just about quality and divine connection. I want connection that would help me in the direction that I want to go. So the next thing I want to do is I want one thing after this. So you have those things about networking. You want to continuously be learning, staying informed on what's going on in your industry, and be able to talk about them intelligently, because sometimes after you're introducing yourself and you're in that field, they might want to have a different conversation, and you need to be able to talk to people with authority in your field. So if you are a coach or a business coach, you should be able to talk about business trend. If you are an educational specialist, you need to figure out what's going on in the educational trends that you're able to talk to. Sometimes people think, I might be thinking, oh, this is out there, and it's what's coming, and then next month, when we start talking about different business trends, we have special guests coming on, just talking about different trends that will help you. But as you network, you want to continually learn. Like right after this session, I have a webinar where I'm learning about grant writing. I took several, but I'm always learning because there's some things that might be changed. I'm not a professional grant writer, but I want to learn so when I do hire a grant writer or do look for that, I'm able to know how to speak on what I want, what my desires are. So whatever, if you're in cybersecurity, you want to know what's going on and what risk assessments that you need to be able to speak on. And you want to be able to hold a conversation in that. So it's important to continually learning, whether you get magazine training, whether I know LinkedIn have LinkedIn Learning, or you keep in touch with what's going on in the news, and you just follow what's going on, and then you learn more about it. Some of the resources that I can share, because I'm the resource queen. Okay, one of the resources. Sorry, real life. One of the, I just lost my train of thought. One of the resources I can share, here we go. One of the resources that I can share that will help you find training and to stay up if you're in business industry, but business score.org have training, PTAC usually have training. All these training will help you with your business. So take those webinars whenever you see them, and they will point you in other direction of other webinars. My coach, Coach Brooks, usually have she can always have wonderful training. She gives more than she gets. So, and I have some trainings too, but you stay informed on your industry, so you're able to reach out and talk intelligently when you are networking with people. Now, it says, whenever, this one I gotta repeat again. So whenever you're going anywhere, you want to represent your business the way you want people to remember you, so always represent yourself, always represent your business in a professional manner, because you never know where you're gonna meet people. I have people who I network with and I didn't know, but then I found out that they were in my Boy Scout troop. And then when I see them when we go to the Chamber of Commerce events, they're there too. When I go to a different event, they're there too. So it's like, it's so like wherever is like, so you don't know where you're going to meet them. So you're always representing your brand. You're always representing I said brand, but your business and yourself, your company in a professional manner. So some things I don't do on social media because I'm representing my business, and I know people follow me and pay attention to me. And I want to make sure that whatever I am doing, whatever I'm portraying, that they see some consistency in there. And it's basically me. I'm me. And my team members, they know who I am too. That's how I am also. So yeah. Now, so the next thing, I think we're going to number 13, is to be patient. Right there. So it's being patient. Sometimes building a relationship takes patience. It takes time to develop those relationships. So as you develop those relationships, you take time to allow yourself to develop those relationships. Relationships are not born overnight. It's born here and there, not here and there, but it's born with doing life or doing things together. So little by little, so you take time, be patient as you develop those relationships. Building, it doesn't go fast. Some of them will be faster than the other. Just talking to you, quite frankly, it'll be faster than the other. Others will take time, right? So as you work through building those relationships, just be patient. Now, the last thing I want to actually say, so I have be professional, be patient, and last, how those different lessons, be persistent. Networking is a long-term strategy and requires you to be persistent and to be consistent. So right now, I have several networking. I think I already went to one this month in person. I'm always networking. So I sometimes do not consider my training sessions where I do online or whatever as networking, even although they're networking opportunities. But I have one more I'm going to next week. I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to go to it or not, because it coincides with another thing that I'm going to be a part of. So I need to figure out if it's, but it'll be good. It's an in-person event versus the other one is like a 3-day boot camp, and where I can be building relationship too with other entrepreneurs. So I think it's replayed. So I might be able to do both. I'm not sure, but with those things, you want to be persistent. You want to set a schedule, set a goal. So my goal was to do 23 networking events this year. So 23 networking events, and I have for this quarter so far, I know besides the 2 that's this month, I already have one set for March and one set for April. So I just know I need to find some stuff for February, and just trying to plan it and put in my calendar, right? And even if it's not an in-person networking event, it might be a virtual one, and I make sure that while I'm able to stand out. So one thing that you could do if you're on these Zoom networking events, and I can just probably share this right now. If you look at, I'm on Zoom right now. So on Zoom, when I go to my networking event, they see my name, business consultant, business coach. I did this using the app on Zoom. There is a app called Warmly AI where I'm able to put my information on the screen. And when I go to certain other networking event, not many people, I haven't seen anybody do that yet, have that on the front. They usually have the thing on the back, and sometimes for me, that's a little bit more distracting for me than a name tag in the front. And it might look different. Everybody's used to having that banner in the back and their screen, their green screen representing their business. And here I have something a little bit different that will make me stand out. I have my you can put your name pronunciation, and you can modify it the way you want to what you want people to call. I was debating if I want them to call me Coach Marline Paul, but sometimes, it depends on the situation, and I can change it as I go. So they don't have to struggle with my name. They can know it's Marlene, and they can know the pronunciation of it, right? And then they know I'm in Florida. So, hey, so if there's someone else in Florida, hey, I see you in Florida. Oh, nice weather you're getting there. Although it's a little bit cold right now for us, but all of these stuff are conversation starters. So those conversation starters are able to, lead you to connect. Hey, connect with me. And when they put to connect with me, especially this virtual, I know virtual might be hard to connect with people. I like virtual events sometimes you guys still connect with people. I remember I did my coach had a vision board party last month in December for our team, for our community. And on there, we were networking in the chat. People say, oh, I want to partner. I want to collaborate. And I said, okay, fine. I already had my stuff set up. Hey, you want to collaborate? Like, who wants to collaborate? I'm in, and then whoever likes it or say, oh, I'm interested. I send them a direct message. Say, hey, I'm so glad that you're interested in collaborate. Here is my Calendly link. Let's connect. Let's connect. Let's have the conversation, and I just set up a conversation with them. We have a conversation, figure out I hear their story, they hear my story. We figure out how we can work together, how we can give to each other and build each other up so we both can win. It's amazing when you see people are winning together, right? So it's amazing when you do that. So you want to do that. So as you are in those sessions, you want to be intentional. The chat, I save chats to networking events. If they give me the capacity to save the chat and there's a number I want to reach out, I save those chat, I print it out, and I go through that and I go put in my spreadsheet of who I want to connect with. Now, if I want to connect with 23 people and collaborate with 23 people, this year, I don't only have to reach out to 23 people. I need to reach out to more than 23 people and connect with them, because not everybody will be a right fit. And since everybody won't be a right fit, you might not be able to connect with them, right? So in that case, all of that I have shared right on time of the tips of how to build those relationships. Now, how to find, it's like I don't think there's I don't see any questions in the chat or in the comment, but if you do have any questions, that's okay. But I have some question I got from people before about networking. How do you find the networking events? So there's different ways to find networking events, and I'm going to share a couple. So online, we're online right now. So I can share 2 networking events that I'm going to be going to. One is with the NASDAQ Center, Entrepreneurial Center. We're having a summit in March. Yeah, in March. And this is where all the alumni summit go and network. And you can be an alumni of the NASDAQ also, because they do have, I think they're still taking applicants. Basically, the free program where after it's 12 weeks where you are mentored and you are have like an accountability group for 12 weeks where you're able to build networks and have a mentor, and you have some group of people to cheer you on to work on your milestone for your business, and they want to see you win. And once you graduate from your program, you are a member for life, and you have access to resources in the community. Over 1,000 people, I believe, of people who are willing to help you, your circle sisters. So they are really geared towards women. This is one of this, I think last year, this was one of the commitments that I did last year that I feel was one of the best commitments that I did, that helped me last year. I should have been recording on Zoom, but it's okay. It's on Facebook. I guess it'll be fine. Next time I'll remember. So yeah. So the next thing that I think I lost my train of thought again. I keep on losing my train of thought. So the second networking event I'm going to be going to this year that I can share. I'm going to Minority GovCon. That one is in Fredericksburg, Virginia. So I'll be traveling. One in Sacramento, and the other one in Virginia. And that one, you can go, and I'm going to go as a VIP. I don't know if hope my coach don't close that up soon. But it's where you're able to learn about government contracting. It's a wonderful networking event where you're there with other small businesses, learning the ropes, and there are different levels in their business journey, and they're all interested in one thing: government contracting, and learning about government contracting, because who would not want to sell to the biggest customer in the world? And we're not even touching the whole entire thing. And then you're meeting with other procurement officers who are there, people who guide you in the right track so you can avoid making mistakes as you go through that session. So yeah. So that's one of the 2 ones that I do. I use the one where I look for a networking event is you can go, I think there's an app called Meetup, but Eventbrite. You can find a lot of networking event on Eventbrite. I find them on LinkedIn. So people in my network usually share upcoming networking events. That usually helps a lot. So you can go on Google itself and look up business networking events in your area or in your industry or stuff that's close to you. If you're a part of any professional association, that's the second place that you can go and look for networking events, because they usually host networking events for their members. You look at your industry, your field, and see what's going on in that calendar. The third place that I find a lot of my networking events and I use is the Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber of Commerce hosts a lot. I'm part of the Black Chamber of Commerce. And then I'm also part of the Military Spouse Chamber of Commerce. And through that, I am able to find networking events there. And I'm not only, I'm part of it, I'm a member of them, but I'm a member of the chamber. But before I became a member, I looked at what they have going on, and I attended it to see if it's something that is that I want to attend, right? Oh, hold on, oh no, someone's asking me about a co-working session. Right. So yeah. So so I look at those Chamber of Commerce. Someone asked me if I'm under my chamber. Hey. This is what happens when you're doing your business live. Doing a YouTube. We're in YouTube, right? YouTube live. But I should probably share it with them on my chat. I didn't do that. All right. So Chamber of Commerce is good. Not only do you not want to you want to go to the events. Once you become a member, there's more perks of becoming a member. And if you become a member, you want to be active, right? You want to be active member of that chamber because they get to know you. It's all about building a relationship. So in my mind, I'm thinking, how can I build relationship? So this year I decided, okay, what groups that I want to be more active with and to build relationships in. So one was always on top of my coaches group, her money bag mentoring group. That's the first one. I'm a part of CEO Chicks. So I decided I'm going to work on those. Those are the two groups that I'm going to work on business growth and building relationship with in my business industry. And I'm looking for one more group, I believe, for the military, so AMC, not AMC, is ASMC, the Association of Military Spouse Entrepreneurs. So those are the three groups that I'm looking to build relationship with and maybe a little bit more active, because this is the direction of where I want to build a relationship with. And then I have my chambers. I want to be more involved in my Chamber of Commerce and in my military. And so I want to see how can I be more involved, whether it's host an event or help plan something. I want them to see me. So I don't need to do that every single month. You just pick a time of where you're going to do it, how much hours you're going to commit to it. As an entrepreneur, if I hire teams to help support me, I can do that, right? Yeah, so let's go to that. So the next thing is you want to go to trade shows and conferences. So there are a lot of trade shows, a lot of conferences that can help you in that way. So you want to be a part of those trade shows to help you and find that relationship. Those are a major place where you can go and share your cards, your networking, and your stuff like that of what you are doing, right? Let me just put this in the chat for those who need to know. And then I'm almost done. You go to trade shows, hit the trade shows, you attend there for your industry. It's just another way for you to stay on top of what's going on in your industry. Another way to find a networking event is through social media. Social media is a great way to see whenever there's events posted. Instagram, Instagram posted and stuff like that. So you're able to to grow in your business, right? So I keep on getting distraction. I need to stop that. So the trade shows are good. I can't, this is live, it's live. And social media is good, like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all these events will work through referrals. So while you're networking with other people, they will tell you about other events coming up. They say, hey, you should come to this event. And, if they had, the worst thing, it could be bad. But another thing is that you can find someone else that will point you in a direction. This is how I find stuff. That other people say, hey, I was at this event and you should go to it too. Like one of the event that I forgot, I'm going to mention, the Buy Black networking event. I'm going to go to that also. I guess some people said they're not able to get on. Oh, okay. Let's see. It's okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, someone said they're not able to log on to the Zoom, and that's probably my bad. But we're almost done. So, okay. Sorry, all these different pause, and hopefully you guys are still with me. The last thing is, well, not, yeah, two more things. Through network, you are able to bill, you're able to bill, gosh, you're able to find networking events through other networking groups. So if you have any business networking group that you are part of, they will share networking events there too. And the last thing that you can probably think about is looking at co-working spaces that are able to show, that are able to that are able to show you guys how to what networking event they host, because they might host some, they might know some for other members and stuff like that too. So I was, it's a little bit distracting today. Today, I had people who are trying to get into the Zoom and they're not able to get in, and probably I just hired a team member, so hopefully I won't have to be answering stuff when I have my live, because my teammate, well, my VA or my team, she will be able to help with those things too, because I need to work smarter and not harder. So I'm going to I'm probably going to sign off, because we're probably ended towards that. I'm going to share the link with those who are interested in going to our event. I don't know if they'll be able to log in right now, since we're almost done towards the end of everything. So I'm gonna see if that were, I don't know why it gave them a app link to download, but it is live. It is real life. But our topic today was just talking about networking. So the importance of networking, how to build relationships. And I hope that if you're watching the replay, that it is beneficial to you. And I'm not going to be all over the place like this next time. So, so it's just like, it's gonna work better next time, but anyway, so thank you guys for joining me today. Next session, we're having a guest speaker, I think, for next month. I believe so. Let me double check. But we're having a guest speaker for the next couple of sessions that will come in. So it won't just be me, and we're going to be talking about different topics. So the topics will be listed on the website. So you want to go to Enilram Creative Solutions, and you want to go to Enilram Creative Solutions and be able to register for the next sessions, because when you register for the next sessions, we're able to send you a reminder of the sessions that's coming up, right? We're able to send you the link of it too. So I'm probably going to give this person the Zoom access to it, but you're able to come on and talk to them, ask them questions, and sign. And so you'll get a reminder. So I'm going to try to talk to my assistant to see if she can find a way to probably give a text reminder. So if you're interested in a text reminder, but please subscribe. If you can't join us, you can always watch a replay. The replay will be available on our YouTube channel. And it will be available on our website at enilramcreativesolutions.com. And we hope to see you next time. I think it's February 1st, because every 2 weeks we have a lunch and learn. And this lunch and learn does not only work for military spouses, although we are sharing this more for the military community too. But these topics are good for any entrepreneurs, right? As a business owner, we're not defined by the military. As a military, you might find your networking support at the family, the FRGs, or look for groups in the area, but you can still do the same thing too. The Chamber of Commerce in your area is a good way to do it. Facebook groups are a good way to find other business entrepreneurs and see what they're doing. It's still basically wherever your target audience is, you want to build relationships so you're able to grow your business. Your network is in your network. All right, you said your network, your net worth is in your network. So you have to network to elevate your net worth, right? So I hope that this helped you guys. I'm probably going to stay on for a few minutes, or if you're able, if you want to come on Zoom and chit chat for a little bit, you can, but the live will end here, and I will see you guys next week, and not next week, in 2 weeks. All right, bye.